Hey everyone, it is Amanda and I'm back. Um, Sorry about my little flip flop yesterday. I just had to do something personal and get it off my chest and move forward. Um, with that being said, I am trying to get comfortable. I will be answering two 10 for 10s. Okay. Well, technically three 10 for 10s, but my 10 for 10s tonight are $10 for 10 minutes, $10 for 10 questions answered. Very simple answer live. Then we have $10 for 10 cards, to 10 different questions or just 10 general cards. Um, I will be emailing some people like I'm live on YouTube. And in order to get that done, you have to already be subscribed to me or go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that little bell so you know. Um, I am able to concentrate. Um, I worked so much. Like yesterday, I slept for the first time in 3 days, and I still didn't get enough sleep. But unfortunately, that's okay. I slept in my daughter's room because she wanted me to come lay with her. But I am in the process while I'm doing this. I'm trying to figure out where the heck my thing is. My lead. Lead. Can't talk. My nose ring. I can't wait. I want to get a hoop put in. There's going to be a lot of changes that are coming on with me. Um, I actually spoke to someone today. I have to get things caught up and paid for before I do this, but um, I have lost some weight, and in losing weight, I have created some loose skin in places. It's very uncomfortable and itchy, and you'll see me scratching, and it's just because I'm got loose skin. It's very itchy and uncomfortable. Um, However, I will say this with 100% certainty that things will be different over the next few months, and I'm hoping that I can reach where I need to be in the next couple months so I can uh, be able to afford such a expensive situation. Um, it's pretty expensive. Uh, from my understanding, it's going to cost a good 30,000, $30,000 to do what I'm going to do. But I will be having uh, my loose skin removed, my body tightened, a little bit of lipo, just to even out my body because I have a I think I gotta find it. I have a condition where the top part of my abdomen, when I lose weight, the top part of my abdomen swells real bad, and it's very uncomfortable and it's very painful, and it makes me look like I'm pregnant. So, with that being said, they want to go in and check that out too. But I won't be going under at all. I will be wide awake during the procedure, what I want to get done. So hopefully that's gonna come, but no no positiveness of that. I got to make sure that I can get myself together and make things okay. But it looks like I have a viewer. Well, I'm want to chill out until someone decides to talk to me. And I'm going to watch um, um, Ghost Adventurers. Amanda, your friend Andrew has commented. So, I like my bed sheet. I just got them out of the dryer, so it's nice and warm. So I'm trying to like get my feet inside and comfortable. It's the fitted sheet. What is who? Oh, oh, oh. Mm, 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 mm. Ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. Who? Who? Hello, viewer. You're not gonna speak it, so okay. No, I want Ghost Adventures. It is. It's don't want food paradise. I wish I can watch this on my computer, but the Black Dahlia House. Let's try the Black. I like Ghost Adventures for some reason. But I've been hearing thunder outside. I'm not completely sure how bad it's gonna get. The It's like someone's pounding outside. This program depicts adult situations and murder content. This may not be suitable for younger audience. Adult supervision is advised. I'm not a way to make this shit bigger. Get all this out of the way. Hello, how are you? I was chilling watching Ghost Adventures. How are you? How are you? That little thunder outside is rolling. Its balls ripple. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? If the feed is horrible, again, it thundering outside, you will be able to hear it rumbling. I'm okay. I'm I am here for you guys tonight. So I have a couple of deals going on tonight. I got three 10 for 10s. I got 10 minutes for $10. 10 questions with little detail for $10 and 10 general cards, which is a lot more money than, a lot more work than I usually do. So, or not more work, but I usually charge more for that kind of work. And I use two decks mixed up. So we have the chances of getting double cards, which is always a good sign. It just means that message is very strong for you. Stop. my gift. I've had it since I was 6 years old. I've always seen spirit. I've always heard spirit. Um, I started to learn read cards when I was 6 years old. I have a bio on bitwag.com. You can go check that out. But I don't need tools. However, on nights like tonight, I like to use them. Um, one, because of the thunder. It's a source of energy, a source of power. It scares me. But um, it's very powerful. So I take the energy from that and place into my cards. My pillowcases are so messed up. Well, thank you. It's a gift. Sometimes it could be a curse. It could ruin relationships, your personal relationships. But I'm not like other people. I work. That's how I make my money is reading people daily, and I will read you for free. I will answer your questions for free. But if you don't have the money and you're like, hey, can I hit you back up later, or whatever? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then you don't do it. I get a little pissy because it's like, no, we had a deal. This is what it needs to be. Well, awesome. I like to mix my cards together. I have personal decks that I've created. I've got the Adams Family cards. I've got Lisa Frank cards. I have Wonders of the World right over there. And I like to mix 2 to 3 decks up at one time, just so when I'm pulling cards, if I get 3 of the same cards in that pool, then that just means that's a really, really, really strong feeling. But if I use 2, it's still, if I can pull 2 of the same card in the same reading, I love it. And I don't do reverse cards. Some people do. I don't do reverse cards. I try to keep my cards upright. I'm using regular playing cards. You know what? Let me tell you this. Now, I have never learned to read regular playing cards. Let me tell you why. To me, it just seems complicated. I mean, really, it just seems complicated. But maybe it's because I was never taught how to read playing cards. Tarot came to me very easily. Hello, Nikki. How are you? We got some specials going on tonight. We've got 3 10 for 10s and, of course, my regular pricing. If you're interested, just let me know. 3 10 for 10s. I'll let you know what those are. Are you doing questions and answers? I will do one yes or no question for you, but if you want anything else, I charge for it, sweetheart. I give you a little taste of what I am and what I know and what I can do for you before I ask you to pay. I have a deck of cards. Maybe I should start learning how to use them. I know this is really weird, but I used to use my, I think it was my great grandma. No, it was my granny. She used to say that I could take dominoes, and anything that's 5 and lower is a negative. Anything that's 6 and over is a positive. And I used to be able to do yes or no questions like that with dominoes. I would have a big old thing of dominoes, mix them up, answer questions with them. I mean, and I don't know. I think that was just something that she personally. I've never heard of anyone using dominoes until my grandmother. Me and my bestie's ex-boyfriend. Wait. Okay. Me and my bestie ex-boyfriend broke up when he tried to get me back. So, Nikki, are you trying to say, is your ex coming back to you? Because the way you just said that makes no sense. Me and my bestie ex. boyfriend broke up. Well, he tried to get me back. I broke up with him. We've known it. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, maybe she's saying they were best friends. Let me tell you something about this. And this is very interesting. You came to me because um, my fiance of 2 years that I've known for 15 years just ended our relationship last night. So that's very interesting. You come back to me, and I will tell you this. Right now is Mercury retrograde, so relationships are in emotions are very heightened, very high, very uncontrollable. His emotions are unstable at this time. So I will tell you, yes, give it a couple of months, and he will try to come back. Yes, within 2 months. Yeah. She said, hey, you know what? I mean, I took the ring off. You can see I never took my rings off. They are fresh. I have a nice tan. I use white. I wear white. But and you can see that I'm not sitting here and I'm not. Don't get me wrong. My heart. If you watch my video from yesterday, you could feel the pain in the video. Now with Yanni, I believe is how you say your name. If you can feel, if you're empathic, you probably feel my heart breaking just by the thought of it. But it is one of those things that I'm trying not to focus on, and that's something, Nikki, that you need to not worry with. You need to know, hey, y'all were friends first. There was a strong connection there in your friendship, and it's okay because that's always going to be there. Friends first, lovers next, and so it's very, very important for you to know that he will come back. He will try to get you back. But the problem is I don't feel like you're not your emotions aren't very stable due to Mercury retrograde. But again, I could go into way more detail if you give me a 10 for 10. So my 10 for 10s are 10 questions for $10 live, 10 minutes for $10. I could be live, and then 10 regular basic cards for 10. I actually get this really weird feeling in my stomach. We talked about marriage and kids. He admitted he wasn't treating me right. Yeah. What's the link for a reading? If you want a reading, we can do one live or we can do it in private on Facebook. My Facebook is Amanda Moore 85. That is the link to my Facebook, Amanda Moore 85. I feel like I'm losing my lover too, and he is going to be completely out of it. Okay, yeah. This is Mercury retrograde. I was actually going to say something about you, but I was really focused on her too. Now, I will. Let me address this one thing with Nikki. We can go into that here in a little bit. But if you want, I can do a live reading or I can do one in private. So if you want a private one, the reading, just go to paypal.com, send the $10 to Divine Amanda 1985, DIVINE, Amanda 1985 @gmail.com. Now, Yanni, with that, let me talk a little bit more about Mercury retrograde. Originally, we had a full moon / blood moon. Now, here's the problem: is the blood moon was more visible from North America, not where I'm in Texas. Okay, so these people in North America and stuff, they were able to see the blood moon. We were not. So the night that we had the full moon was actually the blood moon. When the moon went directly in front of the sun, it was like an eclipse, and the energy was crazy. As soon as we get out of that, we start heading into Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde actually affects a lot of different things. 1, communication. 2, love and relationships. 3, electronics and vehicles. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm dead serious. Yes, we've been in Mercury retrograde since July. Or June, not June, July. We've been in it since July 24th. And we're going to go until August, I think, 16th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's that's why I said give it a couple of months. This energy's got to come around. again, emotions are very sensitive with just coming out of the blood moon slash full moon where energy is very powerful and going into Mercury retrograde. It's insane. And especially where you live, if it's storming, like right now, we have all this power, this natural energy, this lightning, this rain. It's intensified. So emotions are extremely high. And they're not the good emotions, they're the bad emotions. Okay. And what I mean by good emotions, bad emotions are simple. So you're in Florida. Well, I'm in Texas, so I get you. And you want to hug me for some reason. That's because you feel how like uncomfortable I am and the pain that I'm feeling. But anyway, as I was saying, with the energy at a high point right now, and it's got the good emotional rise and the bad. What I mean by that is the bad emotional energy is anger, and that anger is projected always at the people that we love the most, and it's heightened. And especially if you drink or do drugs during this time or just in general, please don't cry. I'm trying to hide it. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I've been trying to hide it. I've been trying to hide it. Oh my god. I've been trying so hard to hide it. But the negative emotions. Ooh, okay, I'm going. The negative emotions are heightened. And then we've got the good emotions that are also heightened, which are love and happiness and giddiness. But the problem is that when you're in a relationship and my house is moving or I'm moving, because I just felt like I was on the ocean and I was just kind of, uh, okay. So basically, what this means is, and I will use my personal relationship as an example. My emotions for him, I almost said fiance. I had to stop and think. How can I say this? My emotions for him, um, are heightened. I'm devastated. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm trying to push it away. Him, he is pushing me away, and being very blunt and to the point. But his emotions, and I was talking about during this time, drinking, doing any kind of drug is going to cause the anger to rise more. And that's exactly what's going on with him. And because he's a drinker. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But he's a drinker. He does other things too, but we get into that. I still love him. But now he's with another woman. So the way this happened was we had an argument 2 days later. He's with his woman. He's living with his woman. And it was a woman that we got into an argument about because I didn't trust her. But he swore it wasn't nothing. And then a couple days later, and I didn't. Now, this was last week I found out about this. And then yesterday it was official. I was like, I need to know what's going on. Like, what's going on with us? Like, are we going to try to make this work? And the response to that question was, look, I'm with, and said the name. And I was like, okay. That's not answering my question. Like I needed to hear him say, because my emotions were all him. I needed him to say, we're done. Like, we're over. And he didn't say it. And he hung up on me when I asked him again. That was his anger, his frustration, I'm going to be honest with you, his pain. And I'm sure Yanni here can actually pick up his emotions as well. Sorry about all this like loose skin right here. You guys, all this is like really, really loose skin. Yeah. and we can get into that in private because I don't want to put your business out here because it's a little deeper than that, Nikki. But anyway, so he's texting me and he's telling me these things and he's saying, look, I'm with this person and I'm sorry I didn't. It sucks that it came. I'm sorry that it ended like this, and he said, I'm sorry that it ended this way. And he's like, I don't know how it happened, but it did. I don't know when it happened, but it happened. And he was very aggressive about it. And I just kind of, okay. I mean, and I told him, I said, promise me something. If it doesn't work, give me a call. It's like, just promise me. And he's like, I promise. And I said, okay. I said, and I asked him, I said, did you ever stop loving me? Or did you not love me? I said, like, did you ever stop loving me? Were you ever in love? And I said, did you ever stop loving me now or then? And he said, no. So his energy was a little all over the place. And I was like, do you love her? And he said, and I quote, I love her in many ways, but I'm almost home. He never said he was in love with her. He said he was in love, or he loved her in many ways. There's very many ways you can love somebody, but he never said he was in love. And so I kind of got very emotional because a friend of mine, a client who knew him, was looking on this woman's page. She's my little spy. I love her. And she texted me. She's like, I don't think I want to show you this, because she knew what was going on. And underneath the comment she posted, implying they were going to be getting married while me and him were still together and engaged, he commented right after he told me that he loved her in many ways. He's like, I love you, baby. I can't wait to be home either. And that made me throw my hands up and say, okay. And it's the energy. So I gave you that story. If you can see how the energies were conflicting, how I was more like sensitive and concerned and worried, and then he was more like aggressive and just, and I know, and I think Yanni can pick it up too. I know why he did what he did. Why he said what he said, why he pushed me away the way he did. He's like, I don't want to be a dick. And that's the last thing he said. He goes, I don't want to be a dick. He was trying not to say anything. He's a Virgo. I'm an Aquarius. I don't even know what super chat is. And with his sign of Virgo, it is very intense. So anyway, basically the energies, how they work during Mercury retrograde, especially during a storm during that time, is difficult enough. But then you had like the blood moon and the full moon, and it's like womp, womp, womp. So his energy was a little all over the place, and then mixed with everything that he's dealing with, and the things he's going through and the things that I'm going through. It's just take a break, have fun, and do your thing. Am I moving on? Absolutely not. I'm not interested in anyone else. I don't want to be with anyone else. I even told him numerous times, I've told my family numerous times, if I don't marry him, I don't want to marry anyone because I know I'm supposed to be with him. So, I mean, he's naturally just a jerk. I love him though. He can be a complete jerk. Yes, are complicated. He's most definitely going after the glitter. It's gold. I let him do his thing, and I'm not even moving forward. I'm not going anywhere, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not sitting and waiting, for him to come back, because I know he will. We always come back to one another. This is not our first rodeo. We dated when we were younger. I broke up, and I broke up with him. This is the first time you're looking at me and you're probably like, what? This is the first time I've ever been broken up with. And it was heartbreaking. I've always done the breaking up. within the first 6 months of a relationship. I've never gone past 6 months in a relationship. And with him, I went 2 years this last time. So that tells you something right there. But you feel crazy because I feel like that too. You feel like what too? My ex was a mean one. Well, let me tell you a little something. Sometimes they can be, and men can be very selfish, and they don't realize they're being selfish. So they need basically, you know, that song from Jennifer Lopez, "I ain't your mama," or "I'm not your mama," or whatever. I ain't your mama, or whatever. Let's just face it, men need a woman who's going to treat them like a mom. So I know my man loves me, but it's like IDK. I can't say you don't love me. Well, of course he loves you. I feel like it's wrong to say, okay, you don't love me. Um, Let me tell you, I tell him all the time. I tell my guy all the time, like, you don't love me. Like, if you love me, I'd play with him. I know he loved me. And that's the thing. Like, you have to know that your partner loves you in order for a relationship to be strong. And the problem is saying it is not enough. It's showing it. And you know what? Aries and Sagittarius, those are a good combination in my mind. A good combination. But Sagittarius is, they're almost as difficult as a Virgo. I got some hiccups, man. Anyways, but the energies are very conflicting and the energies are there. So, as someone in my position, I did cry about it. I cried, I cried, I cried, I cried. Thought of through the fire. We are talking um, about relationships and Mercury retrograde. He said not showed her selfish. I don't know what that means. We are talking about relationships and by the way, she knows everything that's going on with me and him. If me being and you're feeling my energy and my heartbreak, let me know. Walk it. Just so I can focus on again, energies, you have to be careful. Start worried about, very worried about that, especially because it's right here. Right here. Let's see. Oh, I'm catching up. Very selfish. He talked, no action. Hey, no action. I've just never felt so strong towards someone. It's kind of annoying. He said he's gonna protect me. What happened? About me and my guy. I was using us as an example. I didn't get any of y'all's messages until right now. I'm so sorry. It's the storm. Again, if I'm breaking up or having some connection problems or whatever, there is the storm and it's causing complications. Like every time I try to get on and work, whether it's on YouTube or my site, I can't seem to work because it's like something's always stopping. Always. Like I can't get on Bitcoin again. They suspended me. I really loved him. Well, the question is, Nikki, and again, if you want reading, it can be pretty expensive for an hour, but a good 30-minute reading with me is about $90. Through the fire, don't trip on it. We're talking about people that are interacting right now, like in a relationship, established relationship. Will you stop it? You're fine. But I'm $180 an hour. With $180 an hour, you get tarot cards, you get messages, you get your questions answered. That's all done privately. Now, if you wanted a full-on 1 hour session with me and you wanted it broadcasted live on YouTube, it's $250. And the reason it's more money is because I get a lot of interviews that come in the room. Plus, you get 2 weeks free on me you get 2 weeks of personal emails of daily tarot messages. My cousin be trying to send me to do. Okay, I think he has someone else. Well, Nikki, we can do a 10 for 10 if you want. And I can tell you what I see. Okay? But I also see you as a very jealous person. So, through the fire. Girl. I won't show her. Spirit has spoken. I went to show you the card. And it told me no. I have not reached her, no. Yanni, I used to do dream interpretation and I used to have a dream interpretation book, but I lost it during Hurricane Harvey. Pregnancy, I can do pregnancy if it's far enough along. I just laughed when you said don't show her. I was like, don't show her. Because, yeah. Like, I want to do it again. Like, I was trying. Like, I won't show her. Like, it was bad. See? It's the same card, too. Justice. Justice. I said, Nikki, you could be very jealous of women. But, Nikki, I was showing through the fire her card. And she's got my personal emails, so we go back and forth all day long during the day when I'm not busy. We just back and forth. Did you? Please tell me y'all saw me jump. Okay. My man keep trying to tell me I'm pregnant, LMAO. And I had a dream about 2 months ago, but I don't think I am. I had 5 vivid baby-related dreams. So baby related dreams can symbolize um, a desire or need to have a baby, or to be pregnant, or to mother a situation. It also means that someone in your waking life is wanting you to have a baby, but it when it's someone who's very intuitive, like me, 90% of the time it's because either you are pregnant or you soon to be pregnant, or someone you know is pregnant and you're feeling like it's you. It just kind of does vary depending on the person's ability. Well, thank you, Nikki, because I jumped out my freaking butt just now. That scared the living crap out of me. They said no, no working for free, because I was about to give everybody a card. Spirit saying no. Listen to nature. Nature tells you what's up. But through the fire, check this out. We're gonna change the subject real quick because we're gonna talk about a situation. Here's the interesting thing: is I found the Twitter, same picture, different name, right? But you remember before he changed the name on the account, that was the name. So the name on the account and the name on the bank, name on the account and name of the bank account are the same, and that's the same freaking person in the video. But it's the banker that I have issues with. It's the banker because he gave me a fake address that led to a crappy, ran down neighborhood with a mattress in the middle of the road, saying that's where the bank is. Then, two, he takes forever to get back with me. Three, there's no bank branch in Texas. Four, I called the only bank. I called the number, and there's only one branch, and that's in like Virginia or Vermont or something like that. And there's no one there by the name of this banker, okay, that I sent this 300 to. And then number five, he just seems kind of sketchy. But think of this. I said to him, if you pay this, I was like, if you pay this for me and you pay it all, I will send you, once I get the money, like $4,500, and then I'll give you a $50 iTunes gift card. And he was like, wow, really? That's amazing. And, whatever. And, because, getting 60 grand, I think 4,500 is the best way to go. And, I was just trying to be nice and whatever. But if he's not legit and the money ain't real, then he would be wasting his time. You know what I'm saying? There's so many if and ands and buts in here. So I told this guy, right? I told him, I said, there's not going to be no bank transfer. I said, because I can't y'all want me to give y'all another $200 because I didn't have $200 to pay for this transfer. So I started doing some research. And yes, there is a transfer fee, but it is not as bad as they're making it out to be. But then this is military and overseas. This isn't local. So I'm just like, well, crapola. I don't know how to look this up. So I kind of left it alone. And then I told him today, I said, that's it. We're not doing this. You're going to PayPal me money. Okay. And you're going to PayPal money, or you're going to Western Union money, and then we'll go from there. But I'm not doing no bank thing. I ain't doing it. No, I ain't doing it. You can I almost started to say you can buy me a Louis Vuitton or a Gucci purse or a Michael Kors purse and stick all the cash inside of it, put it in a box and mail it to me. But other than that, screw you. You're yawning, girl. They were weird. It was like, one was of me holding a baby and my mom kept asking to hold him. Another one was of me giving birth, and it was very detailed. And another one, I took 2 tests, and it was positive. The guy was like, he kept telling me, he's like, I don't understand. I was like, how the hell don't you understand? So I literally broke down and sent voice messages because I said I didn't have a microphone on my phone, which I don't. I'm not lying. My microphone does not work on my phone. I have to use a headset, and I just hate talking on it. But I sent him messages, and I was like, listen closely. You know, because he's claiming he's on some secret mission and all kinds of stuff, and he won't be back until next month. And I was like, first of all, if you're in the military and you're on a secret mission, there's no outside contact. So how are you talking to me? Number two, you can't tell somebody you're on a secret mission. and number three, you just stupid as hell because I know that's not lies. So when are you gonna be back? You know? Oh, oh, are we there? We almost lost it. We almost lost power. So basically, he says he's going to be back next month. I said, well, you've got one of three options. One, you can go to the store and get a credit card, put 2 grand on it, and send me the money on PayPal. Number two, you can go to your bank, get a freaking card, and send me everything on PayPal. Or number three, you can send me a money order in the mail. Or, number four, you can buy me a Michael Kors or whatever purse and shove the cash in it and mail it to me. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give him money. I was like, I've given you every penny that I freaking have, and I'm now in debt because of you. Because you promised to do something for me, and you are not doing it. I wasn't supposed to pay nothing. I wasn't supposed to give you anything. And he's like, all right. It's like, let me sleep and I'll think of something. I said, there ain't nothing to think of. This is what you're going to do. It's one of these three options. One of these four options. I said, that's it. Get done. I mean, they don't, I was like, I have friends in the military, a family in the military. They don't give out that they're in a secret mission to the freaking public, you big dummy. But the thing is he's actually in the military. So I'm just like, I don't know. Something's not right. And if he's honestly, the weird thing is I know he is who he says he is because I've seen him, one, on the base, two, at his house, literally on live video. And three, he's always wearing his uniform when I'm talking to him when he says he's at work. So I've seen everything. They all match. The pictures match. He goes, I said, why you have a different name? Like, he goes, well, one, it's for security reasons. I said, you're stupid. I said, they don't make you change your name. What is wrong with you? Like, why can't you be real? Like, and I showed him the picture of him and on Twitter. Like, I was like, come on now, stop playing. So I put my foot down. Now that I put my foot down, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe he'll send it. I personally, I don't know. I was like, oh, I forgot to put my ring on. And I went to go put it back on. And then I went like that. And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm not supposed to have that on there. I don't know if he's, meant. Like, I don't know. He may do it. But, I mean, we saw the money. Well, I don't read people like that. Like, I don't invade their private space. They have to be open to it. But I will tell you this. He has the money. Okay. And he doesn't trust people. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. He doesn't trust people. So he's not wanting to send money. He's afraid that if he sends money to me, that I'm just going to cut him out. And I was like, no, because I have plans and I want more money. I'm sorry. I'm not going to just cut him out. I mean, let's be honest. And through the fire, you're going to laugh when I say this. But I have every intention because I had a talk with the doctors today. I called them on the phone and I was talking to them. And they're one of the top 5 liposuction plastic surgeons around and in my area, and they're very well known. And I told them, I said, listen, I'm curious because I'm going to be coming into money soon. I said, I want to take off like 175, 180 pounds of fat off my body. And I said, I know there's going to be massive loose skin that's going to have to be taken off. And, I'm just curious, what is the maximum amount of fat that can be removed from my body in one treatment, like in one session? And she's like, that's a good question. Let me go ask the doctor. they come back and the doctor went on the phone. He explained to me. He goes, "Listen," he goes, "We specialize in large amounts of fat removal and things like that." He goes, "And I can't give you a price. I can't really, give you an idea of what it's going to be until you come in and see me." He goes, "But I will tell you this." He goes, "I would like, and I'm going to put this out there because I used to be well over 400 pounds, and I'm below that now, like 100 pounds lighter than I was, and he's like, well, you need to be at a certain number, and he goes, I'd like to. He goes, I can work on someone who's a little over that number by like 20 or 30 pounds. He goes, but I prefer not to." He goes, "But," he goes, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 33. He goes, "Do you have a good heart?" I said, "Well, it's breaking. Just got dumped." I said, "But other than that, like, yeah, I have a pretty good heart." I said, I do cardio, and I keep my heart good, heart healthy. And he said, "Well, listen," he goes, "we do like something care or something like that where you apply for it on the phone and hopefully you get it and you can pay for it." He goes, "It just depends." He goes, "I got to see you in person." He goes, "I got to look at you. I got to examine your body, see what you want to look like." He goes, "You can bring clothes to give us an idea of like what size you would like to be and not just a weight." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And he was like, "The consultation with me is free." He was, "But we do specialize in significant amounts of fat being removed at one time." He goes, "Are you wanting your full body?" I said, "I'm wanting from head to toe." I said, "I got 3 chins. I got bat wings for arms." And he started laughing. He goes, "I understand." He goes, "I'm kind of getting a visual." I said, "And this hot part of my abdomen is like huge, but I'm losing weight in the bottom part of my stomach." He goes, "Are you pregnant?" I said, "Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I was very sexually active during my relationship. Yes." I said, "But I took a test a couple of days ago. It's been almost 4 months or 4 weeks since we had sex. So no, I don't think I am." I said, "And I don't have a regularity either." And he said, "Okay." He goes, "All right." And he's like, "Well, we don't put you to sleep. We don't give you anesthetic." He goes, "But we do give you, um, we numb your body where we're working, and we give you something to relax you, but we don't put you to sleep." And I said, "Okay, good, because I heard that it's better to be awake." He goes, "It is." And basically, what they're doing is they would go in with like a hot wand and they would melt the fat away, and then they stick it like a vacuum, basically, and all the fat that's been melted, they're just vacuuming it out of your stomach and everywhere. And I told him, I said, "I want my legs, my thighs, my hips, my back, And he started laughing. He goes, "I understand." He goes, he said when he met his wife was 444 pounds and she had lost like 150 pounds and she wanted lipo and he did it for her. And he goes, "It was the most proudest moment when my wife finally looked at me and said, 'I'm happy with myself.'" He goes, "I was very happy for her." It's actually really not dangerous. It's actually very common. And you have to do your research though. Basically, what it is imagine going to the dentist and having that stuff being shot in your gums and you're numb. Okay. So, for example, when he goes to do my chin, all of this, all this would be gone, right? But he would start it to like he would mark your body, making sure that he doesn't get any of the nerves or anything. And you go in and he would shoot numbing medicine inside and give you a pill to stick underneath your tongue. And basically, that's going to numb a little bit more. And then he's going to give you basically like an anesthetic, but it's not to put you to sleep. It's more something to relax you and calm your nerves so you're not so nervous. And like you can be awake during the whole time. You can keep your eyes closed, but they basically make a little wand in to the hole, and it's like it melts the fat, and then they stick the vacuum type thing in and just kind of vacuum it out like you're cleaning it. It doesn't. The only thing they say you could feel is like a little pulling, but I mean, who doesn't feel pulling on the skin? And they keep a vacuum because your mouth is numb. He said sometimes they keep like one of those dentist mouth vacuum thingy bobbers suckers out in your mouth to catch any saliva. And like if you're doing like your back fat or because I'm gonna be getting it all done. And if you're getting all that done, they take their time. They do one section at a time, and it could take up to 4 or 5 hours worth of work um, to do a full body. And then it would take about an hour or so because to do like tummy tucks or, to remove any loose skin, they would do everything at one time. And that was a lot of my question. And I told him, I said, I'm just curious, like, would you take the skin off right then and there? Or would you wait till swelling goes down and then do it again? And she said, no, we would do everything if the doctor, thinks it's okay. If you're, we monitor your heart rate. We monitor you during this whole time and we make sure that you're stable. And if you're stable and, you're up for it, we then remove the skin. He goes, but, and I made a comment. I said, do you get put to sleep for that? And he said, well, he goes, you can. One, it's going to cost a little bit more, but it's going to make it a lot more difficult to work with you because we have to roll you around and cut everything. And I told him, I said, my biggest concern is to lose my belly button. And he started laughing. He goes, why is that your biggest concern? I said, because obviously I'm doing my research and I'm going to find someone that's a trusted surgeon to work on me. I said, but I don't want to lose my belly button. And he said, why is that? I said, because the whole point of me losing weight and get a flatter stomach is so I can look hot and get a piercing on my belly button. And he started laughing. He goes, a lot of younger girls tell me that. And, but he thinks that just by talking to me, when I explained to him I have a rod in my leg and everything. Hello, Nikki. I explained to him I had a rod with like screws and stuff in it. And basically they told me, he said, okay, well, we can work around that. I said, I got tattoos. I said, I would appreciate it if you wouldn't cut my tattoos. He said, I can't guarantee that. And I said, well, crap. He goes, where are your tattoos? I said, I have 3 on my back, 1 on my left leg, 2 on my wrist, and 1 on my breast. He goes, well, you ain't got to worry about your breast. He goes, ask for your arms depending on where they are. I said, well, my forearm and my back or on my wrist. I said, hopefully, he goes, actually, doing skin tightening on the arms is really not that hard because all we do is we make an incision underneath the arm. We tighten the skin, we cut it off, and we sew it up, and we're good to go. Is we pull, and we bunch it up, we cut it, we sew it together, and you're back to normal. He goes, we try to hide scars. I said, I had a C-section, so I have a scar there. He goes, well, if I do a tummy tuck on you and I have to, we'll cut you there and pull you down that way. I said, well, I don't want to lose my belly button. I said, but if you have to cut my belly, a circle around my belly button, and then put a circle on my skin and sew it back together, that's fine because I'm going to get a tattoo around there too. Oh, don't worry. I was smoking the other day. I'm out of cigarettes. But, that was one of the things. And it's going to be pretty expensive. But, and I told this guy that too that was supposed to give me all the money. I said, I was finally going to get the surgery that the doctor said I should have, and I was like, I got so much loose skin on my thighs. And I do because of all the weight I lost. And I could show you all, but it would be kind of awkward. But, I can literally just pick it up. Because, I have, shorts on. Let's see. I don't know if you can see. It's nope, you can't see it. Right here, it's just ooh, it's bad. It's bad. And I'm not going to show you because I can't reach. But, well, not that I can't reach, but, I have really short shorts on. And there's areas of my body that don't need to be on camera. But maybe you can see, right here. Can you see this right here? All this is, loose skin. Right there. I mean, it's bad. It's and then my arm, as you can see, all that. You see that ripply? All of that is loose skin. I did yoga. I love yoga. but unfortunately, it hasn't worked for me. I've been doing it for over a year and it's done nothing for me. So I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of my Michelin tire. Okay, Michelin man tire. I want to be able to put my arm down, you know, and not feel this. You're a beautiful hanger. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I definitely agree. I think I'm a very attractive woman, but this is more of a, it has some health benefits behind it. And it also has a lot of mental health issues, benefits behind it. And what I mean by that is I do have some medical issues where I have a disease called leg lymphedema. And leg lymphedema it affects both of my legs. And leg lymphedema, it occurs when you have a traumatic issue with a leg, whether it's been under a lot of traumatic stress, where it's been broken or had surgery or something like that. And sometimes lymphedema can actually happen, and it retains water, and it causes swelling and pain, and you can't walk, you can't wear certain shoes because your feet are so swollen, your feet won't fit in. And I've gotten to the point where for the past 6 years, I can't wear boots, I can't wear tennis shoes, I can't wear anything other than flip flops. So if it's 32 degrees outside, I'm wearing flip flops. If it's raining and storming, I'm wearing flip flops because I can't, take your time, I cannot wear anything that's not flip flops because my feet won't fit in them. And the past couple of days, I've noticed that the swelling has gone down dramatically, and my skin is so stretched from it that I see the wrinkles in the skin from how it was. And but I take really good care of my skin, or try to. I drink a lot of water, um, and I don't know if I can show you guys. I'm pretty freaking flexible, but you see my foot how like fat it is and how swollen it looks. This is actually really a lot less swollen than it normally is. Usually it's swollen up here where it looks like little sausages and stuff. So I have that medical condition, but if you look at the skin, you can see that it's actually normally a lot more swollen than that. And then my right foot is a little bit smaller than the left foot right now. And this occurs in my legs and my feet. And when that happens, you're supposed to do treatment for it. You're supposed to wrap your legs and feet every day. And I don't do that. In the past couple of days, I've kind of stayed right, like in bed, or not moving around as much, not having a lot of the salts and things like that, is you have to be careful. And that has helped the swelling a lot, and the pain. The pain I can only describe as like, when your leg goes to sleep or your hand goes to sleep and you're trying to pick something up, or you poke and it stings because it's like feels like needles going through your skin. That is exactly what it feels like when my legs and feet are swollen. And I have not slept hardly any in 3 days, so I'm pretty excited, pretty tired. What does the 10 for 10 come with? 10 minutes for 10 questions. 10 minutes for you can pick one of the three 10 for 10s. $10 for 10 minutes, $10 for 10 questions, or $10 for general 10 cards. But anyway, and plus the rain makes me sleepy. I actually make like bath bombs and bath salts. I use everything organic. I think the only thing I don't use that's organic is my shampoo and my body wash. I use organic hair products, organic face care products. I make my own stuff. I don't like to buy stuff that has chemicals in it because I've come to find out they suck. But anyway, so that's the feeling that I get in my legs. I've had ultrasounds done on my legs to make sure that the, how can I say it, the veins aren't blocked and there's some blood flow there. My only concern, and I told the doctor this too, is that my legs are too fat. Like I told him, I said I have really thick calves, and I don't. And if I could go down here, I could pinch my skin, and you can see a wrinkle. My skin's not very, like right here. For example, I mean, you see all this. All this is literally just loose skin that I'm picking up. I mean, it's there. It's not going nowhere. It's there, and that's all over my body. So, well, I've just had a lot of things, Nikki. Not just the relationship wise, but issues with the site that I work on. I haven't done physical therapy, and I was supposed to after I had my surgery. But that's a different story. I broke my right leg, and I was thrown from a four-wheeler, and I haven't been on a four-wheeler since. I've been too scared. But I broken my leg. I had an accident on it. The person driving went down into a very deep ditch, and I told him, I said, I'm not, stop. And I was slapping him, and he didn't stop. He just sped up because I knew how steep it was. It just went straight down and then back up. When we went back up, we hit so hard that I myself, I was bigger than this, went flying through the air. My right ankle hit the handlebars, and with such force that it snapped my leg in half. So my bone was sticking through my skin while my ankle was here. So my body looked like this. My leg, if I was to move my leg, it would dangle. I had to lay it down, and it was like this. But the second the EMS got there, because I was knocked unconscious too, but as soon as the EMS got there and they went to go put the board underneath me, they didn't support my leg, and my leg went down like this and was just hanging there. And I, this had to have been 11 years ago. And I was rushed to the hospital, and they were making fun of my feet. It was St. Patrick's Day, and it was just horrible. And then they went in, and the pain was excruciating, because with the pain, I felt everything, because I didn't go under. And I was pissed because they cut my favorite pair of jeans. I was pissed because they cut my brand new underwear, because it was green and it said "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" on it. I was pissed because it was brand new. And then I was pissed because my mom made a comment, and this is the ironic thing. She made a comment because I was screaming because they were cleaning the wound so they could grab my ankle and pull my ankle and knock my femur back into place. And I was screaming in pain, and I was like, ha! She goes, "Oh God, I hope you don't have a baby." She goes, "You wouldn't be able to handle it." And I just looked at her, and I was like, "You're being mean to me of all days to freaking day. You're just," to me, that was rude. And, me and my mom, we always go at it, but we love each other. And they grabbed my ankle, and with such force, they grabbed me, like this would be my ankle. They grabbed and pulled real hard, and it shifted my bone back. And then they pushed the femur back down in to my foot. They had to stabilize me in order to transport me to the bigger hospital. Once I was at the bigger hospital, they cut my leg open, and they put screws and a metal rod. Now, the metal rod, from my understanding, they hollowed out my bone, okay, and by drilling into the bone itself in the center and sticking this rod or pole, solid pole down into the bone and connecting the pieces together, and then putting screws through the bone to hold it still. And that's all on the inside of my leg. I have one, two, three, four, five, I think 8 scars. It's between 5 and 8 because I had to go through my knee. I got a scar on my knee and I have 2 screws at the top. I have 2 screws at the bottom. I got one huge one on my leg. And I think I got 2 on the other side of my knees. So normally they're very vivid and I can tell you. But because I have been drinking solely water for so long, it's starting to get the color back in my body. But anyway, so they did that, and I was on crutches for a very long time. I was spent about a week or so in the hospital. I was supposed to go do physical therapy, but we didn't have insurance, and the insurance that we had didn't cover it. So it was pretty fudged up. Uh, and we couldn't pay for it. So I ended up coming home, and my father had built me a bed because I have forever liked platform beds, and my father knows this, and that's what I'm on now. But he had built me this bed and put the cinder blocks underneath it to lift it up so I can get up in and out of bed because I couldn't walk. And I can remember that I ended up getting pregnant shortly after that. Um, and today with the guy that I was seeing because I gave in and I was on. I never thought I was going to get pregnant. I'd always thought I couldn't get pregnant. Dag nabbit, break your leg to get pregnant. I mean, it was horrible. So about had I been 3 months after surgery, ended up getting pregnant and finding out another 2 months after the date of conception, and it was an eye opener because I wasn't supposed to be walking for at least 8 months. And I just went to the doctor. The doctor was like, use one crutch to support yourself while you're walking. And I said, oh, okay. Um, so I then turned around, and 2 days later, I found out I was pregnant. And in my mind, I was like, I can't be pregnant and on crutches. And so I forced myself to walk a little sooner than I should have. And that's caused some damage to my right leg, unfortunately. Wasn't aware that it would have caused damage, but it did, and it is very painful. I can't skate, I can't jump, I can't run, and it's I can't do the things I used to do. Like I used to run around all the time. I can't do that. I can't jump, so like jumping jacks or hopping on one foot or jumping rope. I can't do those things. I fit my leg can't support it. My leg just can't take the pressure. I'm too big. Skating or wearing high heels, I can't do those things anymore because the doctor told me, he's like, you permanently have damaged your leg. He's like, there were some things that we just could not repair. And he goes, they will grow up, they will heal. He goes, but however, we can't secure them because of the location. And I understood, I screwed up my body. And he's like, you can't do roller skating, you can't go running, you can't jump, you can't wear high heels. He goes, you need to have a nice supportive shoe on your foot. And I remember looking at him. I said the day that I had the accident, I was wearing 6-inch stilettos, and you're telling me I can't wear those no more. He said, I don't recommend it because it's going to put a lot of pressure on your ankle. He goes, and he told me, he looked me in the eye, he said, Amanda, I'm going to tell you, he goes, if you lose the weight, yes, you can because your bones aren't used to such little weight being on them. He goes, but your bones are just not strong enough. And I used to take vitamin D and calcium. So I like for bone density and stuff because I can't take dairy. Um, like milk, I just can't drink milk. It makes me sick. So I'm pretty much like lactose intolerant. But it then escalated to after I found out I was pregnant. I moved back home, and my father took me to the doctor because I had to check in because I was having some serious issues with my leg, and We told them, they were like, well, we need to do an X-ray. And I was like, I'm pregnant. I can't do an X-ray. And they said, you're pregnant. I was like, I'm pregnant. They said, how far along are you? And I said, well, I'm 2 months, 2.5 months pregnant. And they said, okay. They wanted to make sure that the last time I was there, they didn't damage the baby. And it's like, I just found out 2 weeks ago I was pregnant. And so the doctor came in and he did like a physical examination of my leg. And he's like, everything feels okay. He goes, but we can't know for sure because of, not being able to have the ultrasound or the x-ray, but we can't do the x-ray because you're pregnant. And I said, I understand. And, he goes, how does it feel? And I said, it's kind of sore. Like it hurts a little bit. And sometimes, when I tell him, I said, sometimes when I do certain things, I feel like the rod is bending. I feel like my leg is giving out. I feel like it's kind of doing this under the pressure. And even to this day, being lighter than I was, I still feel that way. So the overall experience, I mean, it damaged me permanently. I mean, there's a lot of things I can't do. I used to be able to jump up into the bed of a truck just from the tire. I can't do that now because I can't put all that weight on one leg. And so it is painful. And I can remember being on the crutches, and I was on crutches for so long that I ended up getting this pussy filled like cyst under my arm. And it was so painful. It was huge. And I remember my mom, it had a little, like a head on it. My mom came in with a towel and she's like, well, let's see if we can get something out of it. Sit up. And I sat up and I held my arm out and she poked it with a needle and all this pus just started coming out. And we were like, I wish we would have got it on YouTube because, I mean, it was bad. It was this green stuff. And we told the doctor about it. And he said that what that was actually doing is it was rubbing the tension, the friction between my arm and the crutch is what caused it. So there was a lot of pain during that, but I permanently damaged my leg. So no matter what I do, I'm permanently going to have damage. I can't run. And I told everyone, I said, it's not because I'm fat. I can't. When you run, the impact on your bones is intense. And I can't run. I can't jog. Sometimes walking is a pain. And then I also damaged my lower back in the accident because I was thrown from the four-wheeler. I was about 415 pounds at that time. We were going about 80 miles an hour when we hit. So just imagine that velocity of going up in the air and all that weight coming down on this hard rock ground. And as a matter of fact, I actually landed on a nice flat rock. It was nice. It was big. It was flat. It wasn't pointy. And it was my lower back. And I permanently damaged my lower back. So that's why you constantly see me moving. Because there is absolutely no comfortable position. I'm like a baby. I toss and turn in bed even at night because it hurts. And the doctors always told me, he's like, you should get massages once or twice a week. And I just looked at him and I was like, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got money for that. Ain't nobody going to invest their time in that. So I never did do it. But I tell you what, the man I hate calling him my ex. Let's just say the man that I'm in love with, okay? He would rub my back all the time and I would rub his because he has a bad lower back too from an accident he had. So we would take turns. And so that would help out a lot. But now that we're not together and we haven't been around each other in a setting like that, oh, it's acting up so bad. And so you'll see me kind of reach back and push because you were supposed to go to a chiropractor, but I knew a chiropractor. And so when I go home to visit up north, I go to his place and he's like, get on the bed. And he'll sit there and he knows he can't pop me because of the condition. So he'll take and put me against the wall like this. And I'm on the bed and I'll have my leg hanging off, or his little bed thing, I'll have my leg hanging off, laying on my side. And I'm leaning against the bed or the wall and I'm pushing. And he's over behind me as well, pushing, making sure my body's twisting. And what it does is it takes pressure off that disc that's broken. And so every now and then you guys will catch me up here arching my back and like pushing because it's taking pressure off the disc. And he would do it. He knows he can't pop my back because I won't let him pop my back because I'm scared that there's going to be more damage already. So I've got a lot of things wrong with me. A lot of things wrong. But you know, it is what it is. It's painful. And I can also remember after my recovery, because I had to have 24-hour constant care um, during my pregnancy and my recovery because for my leg, because of the fact that I couldn't walk very well. I was still learning how to walk. And I was staying with my grandmother. And the guy that I was seeing, when I was able to start walking, came to see me, and I bought knee-high boots with a little hill on there for us. So it is what it is. It's a what happened.